Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a bit of a weird one. So here I am in the middle of nowhere as I've just made a new purchase. This right here, you can see it, keep her in widescreen. Just got this baby for 800 bucks. So you're gonna be seeing some of this on the channel for sure as I fix her up and get her back on the road. So this right here is a 2005 RAV4 sport model, quote unquote. I think somebody put a little badge on the back. I was tripping here in the wire. It says sport. Yeah. Even though I don't think they ever actually made this, or maybe they did, I don't know. But she's a pretty nice little SUV for sure. Pretty clean. Especially for 800 bucks. The only thing is I had to drive 3 hours to come get it. But yeah, that's the thing with her. So this is going to be my new winter beater. Just never owned an SUV before, honestly. That's my car that I'm using right now, the Corolla. But yeah, this thing is pretty beastly. But I'm going to get this thing fixed right up good. So I've checked the oil and topped that up, so that's good. You can see she's right up to the bottom dot there. Perfect. Put it back in. But yeah, no, I had this thing on the other day and it's so good. As you can see, she's pretty oily, like really, really oily here. This is old oil though, like see how goopy that is? That's like from months and months ago. So we got a valve cover gasket or something, because I mean this is nasty, right? Look at all this. But valve cover gasket, intake, manifold, something is pouring oil on this thing. But you know, $800 car, you're not gonna get a peach every time, and well, most times you won't. Wash my hands here, but yeah, it's pretty nasty. So that's why I got the Dawn power wash here. Use some degreasing action. Just to make it look a bit more and make it smell a bit less, because this will burn off. That's the exhaust right there. Don't want it to be stanky. But no, the engine bay of this thing is pretty clean, considering. She needs some power steering fluid though. It's a bit low. But oh, battery too dead to use flash. Well, looks like you gotta. Yeah, I'm not gonna record too much footage. This is basically just me introducing the car to you guys, right? And then once I get her back home, I'll give you a bit more information and talk about it. But yeah, just get nice clean. Looking fresh. But yeah, so you know, but yeah, this is pretty much me picking her up, and I gotta go pick up my uncle from the airport, and then he's gonna drive either this or my car back. We're gonna figure that out. But yeah, this is the new whip, and it's something that I'm gonna work on for the channel too. I'm gonna post some videos of it on the channel, so can't wait. So far, I know it needs some brake and exhaust work, and obviously the oil leaks need to be fixed. But honestly, other than that, she's pretty much mint. There's a little bit of body work, but yeah, no, I'm loving this car for sure for the price I got it. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this car on the channel. And well, I'm not sure what else is going to be put in this. Probably a walk around that I do tomorrow after I get back from work and record it. But so I drove through the night, leaving the town that I was in, looking at the RAV, and going towards the city to pick my uncle up from the airport. It was a really dark and foggy night, but the LED headlights were certainly a big help, and the Toyota did pretty good. My old Corolla is pretty good in wet weather. But yeah, here's some footage of the drive-in. And I got all the eyes on me. Got a bad baby and she's independent. Too many people older than me, they're seeking attention. When they want me about the goofies, man, I should've listened. And the smell of the money, my strangest addiction. She tit for dick, I let her lit. I had to dip, I'm on for fifth, I'm all rich now. I bought a whip, I paint it drive itself. The fuck you think? Yeah, I'm rich now. Hey, little mama, yeah, you heard about me. I'ma pop you like a pea, yeah, at a mommy. Yeah, feel so hot like I'm chilling on the beach. Yeah, baby in the sun like the Teletubbies. Balls hanging low while I pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always after Guala, yeah, and you are not badass beat. Keep on going till you hit the spot. Whoa, I'm a big bag hunter with the bow. She got a big bed, drop it low. Mama called me and she happy with the grow. Never ever
fall for a thotty, that's a no.
I've been in the club and taking shots. If you got your mask off in the photo, you getting crap. Hopping out the function. The CVS is like a block away. Bought a moisturizer, my ice cold is dry on my face. Don't need that VVS, my ice is fake. Your life is fake. I choose to do it for my pocket's sake. You're basing your opinions on what the major says. I renovate the bad energy I erase.
Yeah, I don't really ever want.
So here's some footage of me driving the Rav on the way back. It was running fine. Didn't really have any major vibrations or wobbles. No noises. The steering wheel is not quite centered, as you can probably tell, but yeah, it was great. Honestly, it's a really comfortable vehicle, and for $800, couldn't ask for anything better.
Chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always at the Guala, yeah, and you are not badass beep. Keep on going till you hit the spot. Whoa, I'm a big bag hunter with the bow. She got a big bed, drop it low. Mama called me and she happy with the grow. Never ever fall for a thotty, that's a nose.
Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm back here today with the, so you can get a better look at it now that I got it home up on ramps. Haven't really had much opportunity to do any filming or even working on this thing since I've been at work all week, but I'll give you a little tour of it now. TRD stickers. Well, this thing is fully loaded though. See the sunroof. Nice. Power windows, automatic and everything. Sport pedals. I thought that was cool. Those pedals look really sick. But yeah, this thing's fully loaded. Let's lock the back actually. Yeah, got a bit of cleaning supplies, coffee cup, the usual, but man, this thing's clean though. A little bit of stainage on the back seats, but that's nothing I can't get out. They don't stink though, like I don't know what all these stains are. It's got nice seats though. I think these are like a sport style cloth seat with the hole in the headrest. But yeah, this is my RAV4S. This is one of my favorite parts. Not the noise it makes, but barn door, baby. Got a little pocket down here to store stuff. Look at that. She's a clean rig, gotta say. She is a clean rig. And look at down here, no rust. A little bit certain over there, but I can help that. Bottom of this, nothing horrible, a couple little holes, but other than that, it's all still there. So this thing is definitely savable. Just close it by the glass. Yeah. Neat old SUV for sure. I think this is probably one of the coolest looking SUVs that I've seen lately. And there's not very many of these too. This second gen RAV, they only made them from 2001 to 2005. Got a little panel hanging off here. A little damage here. Looks like somebody hit something. Yeah, a little scuff on the headlight too. But yeah, nothing major. Like I said, this was $800. They only made this thing from 2001 to 2005. And in this sport model, this sport trim level, I don't really know how many they made exactly. Now this one in particular has one of the bigger engines you could get with this. It has the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder as opposed to the smaller 2 liter diesel or 1.8 liter 4-cylinder you could get in these. But yeah, let's get a couple beauty shots of her. Really cool SUV. You know, you don't see many of these second gen RAV4s on the road anymore. But got the old creeper out. Gonna get underneath and take a look. I think I'll give you guys a quick look under the oil pan. So, take you back. So here we are underneath the RAV. First things first, I'm gonna have to remove these two plastic skid plates here, so I can get a good look at the engine and transmission. Seems to be there's two 10 mil bolts right there, and potentially something around back that I can't tell. I got more bolts up there. I have to get those out. But there seems to be plenty of space for that. There's tons of room between the wheel and there. Nothing like that over here, though. Actually, yes, it is. But, yeah, so the goal of this, well, as you can see, the exhaust is kind of in the way here, but it's off to the side enough to you where you can actually get the oil pan out. But you can probably already see it back here. We got some oil leaks. Now, I was looking on some forums, and they said that this might act the rear main seal leaking. I really hope it's not the rear main seal, because that would cause me to have to take the transmission out. But if it's just the oil pan, I can do that myself easily. I mean, I'm going to do the rear main seal myself if it comes down to it anyways. It's just going to be a whole lot of work. It's going to be a next summer project for sure. But, yeah, I guess I'm just going to take those skid plates off and take you guys back so we can figure out what's going on up there. So I decided against taking both skid plates off because I broke a bolt and they were being annoying because it's rusty. My God, that's a lot of rust. So yeah, didn't bother taking them both off. But as you can see, now we got a clear look at the oil pan and the oil filter. So now you guys are going to be the first ones to see the leak, which thankfully doesn't seem to be the rear main seal, because there's a lot of fucking gunk up there. Like all the way up through the belt everywhere. The filter is also like, looks like it's about 5 years old. What brand even is this? Can you see that? You can see that? Pure Zone. Looks like we got a Pure Zone filter on here with a couple dents in it. The oil pan seems solid. She's a little bit flaky, but I don't think it's leaking rust-wise. See if I can turn the flash on here. Yeah. Let's see if I can get you guys up in here and what you can see. You can't really see much, really. There's just oil everywhere. There's oil literally everywhere. And behind the exhaust. Oh yeah, that's where it's. Oh yeah. There's your culprit. I think it might be rusted out, actually. That looks pretty bad back there. So, yeah, I think I'm going off and get a look at it because it looks pretty rusted back there. I might have to buy a new oil pan, which is $100. Not a big deal. I'm going to get rid of this gum. I'm chewing gum while I'm talking. Yeah, so what to do now? I can't really do much with the oil pan. I mean, I gotta wait for parts, see. I guess I can look at the rest of this. These bushings look alright. Lower control arm. What do we got for upper control? Is it just a strut to the hub? So just strut onto the hubs. You can see there's a strut assembly onto the hub / knuckle assembly. One piece. Brake caliper. Looks rough for sure. They were painted red on the outside, but they didn't even bother to paint the inside, so definitely wasn't done by me. These rotors are pretty, they look pretty scored, but they're actually alright to drive on. I'll probably replace them anyways, but this is what was written in the book. He gave me a little booklet with stuff that needed to be repaired, and they said the front right control arm, and that's probably because of this bushing here. It looks a little bit worn out. No major play or anything. It's just, they also said this boot needed to be replaced, but it looks fine. I don't know why they're saying this boot needs to be replaced. See if oh wait, inner boot maybe? It looks greasy, but I think that's just oil. Let me see. I'm pretty sure that's just engine oil, so I think somebody looked at that and thought it needed a new boot. Because it's greasy, but that's actually just oil from the engine, I think, so. We might get away with replacing either the CV axles. Might get away with it. So, what's next? What is next on this thing? It's too good. I bought it for $800, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta do all this work to it, but man, it's fine. You gotta take the oil pan off and figure that out. I guess I'll show you something that came with, like this light bar here. I've been meaning to do actually is figure out the light bar because it doesn't work. Get a little bit of fucking grease on my head. Yeah, the light bar doesn't work in this thing, so let me get up, see what I can do. So if you can't really tell, it seems that the valve cover is leaking as well. Clearly. It's got some bad buildup there. Coat's caught. Yeah, there's all kinds of ugly stuff like this here and this. Very rusty. You can see the surface shield I sprayed on this earlier. PB blaster. Wow. Yeah, she's looking good though. So for the wiring for the light bar, where does it even go to? Where does it come out of? Comes out here and goes up there somewhere. Up here? Where to? Looks like it comes out over here. Now I say that it looks like it comes out over here somewhere, but it doesn't appear to come out over here anywhere. Probably can't see shit here now, yeah. Let's retrace it again. So it goes up through the grill. Well, I've certainly made some discoveries here. So I tried taking the headlight off and I found out that it's held on by something other than just these two bolts. And then I lost one of the bolts down here somewhere, so that's going to be fun. But then I took the fuse box off, and then I traced all the wiring to the headlights, and I realized that we don't actually have any factory headlight stuff in here. They ripped out the headlight wiring harness and put in their own. It's got this just connector running in here for whatever reason. I don't even know if this does anything. It's just completely random. And then there's this whole thing, B6, that goes to the light. I think this has to do with the LEDs. Like this is the actual light plug in here, but... And I was wondering why the daytime running lights on this thing don't work. Well, it's because of all of this stuff here, that if you trace the wiring back, this yellow wire here, and this red wire, trace these, there's a fuse, and this connector down here goes to the low beam, I believe. One of these connectors connects at some point to the low beams anyways. And then you got yourself a solid state DRL module. Now, what the hell that? I've never heard of a solid state DRL module, or why you would need to put one in a car that already should have daytime running lights. So I'm thinking this car may be an American model that someone modified to put daytime running lights on. See, it's got the B6 thing over here, so this is the LED thing. There's oil on everything though, like I don't get it. But yeah, this electrical system has definitely been molested a lot. Mostly for the headlights, actually. I shouldn't say the electrical system, it's just the headlight system. So it's not really a big deal. I just find it interesting. I've never seen a Hemsard DRL module before with all these wires coming out of it, and everything for these lights. It's weird. Oh, I guess this one only has one bulb. Is that how that works? Yeah, I think this one only has a one bulb for lights and daytime running lights. So you had to get this module in order to get LED daytime running lights. Someone was very dedicated. But it still doesn't have running lights. If you put it on the running light switch, they're off. But it has headlights. Like there's an option to put it on headlight, but they're a bit bright. I don't know. Definitely weird though. This cable just plugged right into where a relay would go. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and find the screw that I lost down here. Well, couldn't find the screw, but I made another discovery. You got a leaky brake caliper coming at the bleeder screw. Can't really get that there. Let me turn the flash on. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Got a leaky bleeder screw on the front driver caliper. And the axle over here has some weird thing on it. Is that like a zinc corrosion inhibitor? Because it's completely crusting apart. Maybe they meant to put passenger side axle when they wrote that in there. Oh yeah, this axle boot is leaking too. Look at that milkshake. Okay, so yes, we do need a CV axle on the passenger side. It didn't make much noise though while I was driving it somehow. Yeah, she's got a milkshake of doom. No, it's really not that bad. Just axle grease, as you can see. It's got water in it, so it's milkshakey. Yeah, it just smells like grease. It's not gone bad or anything. Definitely wouldn't want to drive it for much longer, though. That was about all you'd want to drive it for. So yeah, she needs some brake work. Needs that bleeder fix. Let me see if I can sit down over here and inspect this bleeder. Oh yeah, the bleeder on this one is not leaking. It's very crusty though. I can order a pack of bleeder screws though and just replace them all. Because this one just, yeah, it's just leaky from there. I might even just be able to tighten that and see if it still leaks after I tighten it. Yeah. I'm gonna run back and look at the rear calipers. Even though it's lifted only on, it's not on jack stands or anything, but take a look at them anyways. Okay, here's the rear end. See if you can even see anything. Probably not much, eh? Calipers are on the back anyway. Oh, around the back of it. Let's see. These rotors are a bit more rough. She needs new back rotors for show. You can see where the pad is and where the rotors are edged. There's a big lip here. But the pads are like brand new though, so somebody stupid decided to just replace the pads and not the rotors. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody who owned this clearly took care of it. Like they put a lot of effort into it, but somebody else also didn't care. Like these rotors were painted at some point, but yet also they decided to replace the pads but not the rotors, even though these rotors are clearly shot. It's weird. But it's got a, I don't know what that is, a noisen. I think it's noisen, so you pronounce that, or it's some kind of wheels. Got wheel locks on it. Didn't come with the lock key, but yeah, the strut, the shocks are shot. Yeah, they're garbage. But the springs seem to be all right, and the exhaust has been completely custom made. I'm pretty sure that's the muffler from a Corolla that was put on here. She's got her fair share of issues for sure. As you can see, this exhaust here is pretty much, well, a custom job. Completely. It's supposed to have a straight sideways box back here, a back box, but This one, they decided to install a lengthways one, and like I said, I'm pretty sure this is actually out of a Corolla. It looks exactly the same as that muffler over there, which came out of my Corolla. She's a beaut though. And then there's that old thing. You need to get rid of it. See the old subframe peeking at you. But back to this one. Yeah, back to this one. The rear brakes. You said there was something wrong with the rear brake bleeders, but I honestly really can't see. It was leaking for the front. The front caliper was leaking out the bleeder, but these ones, I don't see any fluid. You think you'd see fluid on the tire, but I don't really see anything. They're staining. This one over here has got a bad tire. You can really see it dry rotting. But yeah, again, bad shock, as you can tell. And supposedly leaky brake bleeder back here, but again, I don't see any fluid. So potentially it was just the front brake bleeder that was leaking. Yeah, this thing's somebody that cared. I mean, there's an Oakley sticker. I don't really know why. I guess they like Oakley glasses, but the tinted windows, the wheel arches. I mean, look at those size of those things, man. You could fit some big beefy tires in here. Like this is sucked right in. You can't even see the wheel. I'll tell you out here. She needs some wheel spacers. Definitely want to change that fitment though. Definitely need some bigger, wider tires, which I have back here for it actually. I'm pretty sure some of these will fit it. These 215s or 225, yeah, 225 60 16. These right here should fit it. They're a studded winter tire, but they'll be aggressive for sure. And these ones here are not studded, but these will fit it too. They'll be nice. Better than what's on it for sure. Yeah, I guess I'll get the drain pan and just get the oil out of this thing. See if I can figure out what's up with that. So I'll catch you guys back when I'm taking the oil pan off. Making some actual progress. Alright, let's see how black and disgusting this oil is gonna be. My bet, quite black and quite disgusting. But guess that's yet to be confirmed. Oh, somebody cross-thread the drain plug. Oh shit. Don't want to come out. Now it's loose again. Oh yeah, it's coming now. Let's see. My guess, very black, very disgusting. Oh yeah, look at that stuff. No metal shavings though, didn't blow the rods. Nope. Oh yeah, that's good. Yep, that drain plug looks pretty good. Just a little bit of dirt on it. Nothing major. Oh yeah, she's filling up pretty quickly though. Oh my gosh. It's a lot of oil. Now it's a pain to see if we can get that filter off. That filter, which looks like it's been on there for about 12 generations. And my rags are all over there. The struggle. Okay. Clean my glove off so I can get a good grip on that oil filter. Clean this off and inspect it. Yeah, that gasket is pretty rough. Doesn't look like it's been leaking though. It doesn't look like the drain plug itself has been leaking because there's no big gunky buildups on the outside. So I call that good. Let her drain her contents. Let's see if I can get this off. My guess, absolutely. Oh my gosh, no way. Oh, I was tightening it. Was I actually tightening it? Yes, I did just tighten it a little bit. Okay, that was stupid. Let me try it the right way. Oh wow, easy peasy. Look at that. Somebody actually put it on with the right amount of force for once. What the hell? This car has been sitting, and I just twisted the oil filter with my hand, if I can get a grip, and it just came right off. Well, now the chances of that Anybody who's worked on a car that they bought before can tell you, if somebody didn't change the oil filter often enough, it might be fucking stuck on there with the might of Zeus. Even my last car, my Corolla, I just did an oil change on it. Ooh, starting to puke. But yeah, the filter was like stuck on there with the might of Zeus. This one came right off. Yeah, I gotta move the pan over so it's draining. But yeah, look at that. Came right off. It's legitimately a miracle. Oh, just gotta get that old oil out of there. Let it all drain out. Yucky. Looks like there was a lot in there too. I think it might have been a bit overfilled, to be honest, so I'm gonna do a proper oil change on it and she'll be back to good. But yeah, amazing. Made in Mexico, that oil filter. If you can see that, yeah. Apparently Mexicans make good parts. Pure Zone, yeah. Like I said, no idea how long that's. It usually does not come off that easy. So, yeah. That's pretty well all drained out now. I'll let that finish up for a minute, and I'll come back when I'm taking the pan itself off. Hey guys, Chris Fix here. Wait a minute, that's the wrong YouTube channel. So not Chris Fix here. To show you guys how to remove the oil pan. So basically, you're going to want to get your 10mm socket, the rarest of all sockets, and you want to go around and loosen all these bolts here. Pretty simple. You want to go all the way around the back and get all these bolts up here, and the whole thing should pop off. Of course, I'm wearing gloves to protect my hands from the oil because here in my laboratory, safety is #1 priority. Again, wrong YouTube channel. We're not the crazy Russian hacker. I'm just a crazy American, you know, but not even American. Crazy Canadian. But let's pop this pan off. So I made the unfortunate discovery that you can't actually remove the oil pan without taking the exhaust off. I was wrong about that. Can't get to the bolts. And of course the bolts for the exhaust are, well, I'll show you. You can look at it. Yeah. Completely rusted out. This one here is alright, but I am not getting that bolt anytime soon. And yeah, as you can see, I can't get to these under here. I can't get to those without the oil, without the exhaust off, so that's fun. So in the fire pit, as you can see, it's burning away back there. But because there was already a fire going, so discoveries I made here, and the fact that I know for sure the valve cover leaks, and there's not much I could do about that until I get the parts either. I discovered the brake fluid leak, which I guess is that bleeder down there. And that's the power steering fluid. Seems good. But yeah, so that's what I've discovered so far, is that I can't, unfortunately, fix the oil leak as of right now. I think that's pretty much it that I can cover for this car, honestly, right now, until I get some parts in. But yeah, once I get the parts in, I'll have to figure out how to get that exhaust off, I suppose. So for now, I'm just going to change the oil in it and do a little bit of an engine flush that I bought. Some clean flow engine flush, not sponsored. Pennzoil. So, bit of an unsuccessful day. Managed to get this inspected. You know, I looked at the drain plug and or not the drain plug, the oil pan, and got the leak mostly figured out. It's leaking from the back of the oil pan. So, whoops, auto exposure going wild here. But yeah, it's coming from the back area of the oil pan, and the valve cover gasket is leaking. So I got some parts on order, but for now, all I did was took the oil out and changed it and did an engine flush with clean flow. Like I said, I was doing that. I got this done. Basically, you just fill your oil, run the engine until it's warm, add the crankcase, and then run for 5 minutes. And it worked pretty damn well, I will say, because the oil that came out of it, which just 5 minutes ago was completely fresh oil, is now this. Completely black and very watery too, coming out. You can see it's still coming out there, but yeah, very black. So yeah, that engine definitely needed a good flush, and it worked. So gonna fill her back up with some fresh Pennzoil. Nope, not this one. This was the spare oil. Some fresh Pennzoil here, the good stuff. And I'm gonna try putting this in. Now the valves were tapping a little bit at the end, and I think the issue with that was the liquidy oil and the black oil, obviously from the engine flush. So I'm putting in some ZDDP, some engine additive, putting it in there, and yeah, hopefully that will improve the oil leaking issue. Not that I think it's going to fix it. I'm still going to order the parts for it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one for now. Got to order some parts. And yeah, then I'm going to start on the small things, like going over all these fasteners with spray paint, making them look new again. All this rusty bits. Make all this look brand new. But yeah, this is obviously for once I get the engine running good, because right now it has a bit of a valve tap and makes a lot of noise from a pulley over here. Can't really see down there, but that pulley down there, if I can get it to focus on not my finger, that one right there at the end of my shadow is the tensioner pulley. And I believe it is loose and or worn out. Probably worn out. So the belt sort of moves a bit, makes a chirping noise, and it's really noisy and grindy. The ABS works though. ABS system all still intact, all these hoses and everything. A little bit of corrosion at the bottom of them, but they still seem to be intact. This one here is pretty rough though. My goodness. The state of that bolt. Nice. But yeah, she's a rust bucket, as you expect around here. But I think we're making some good progress. You know, I didn't really make any progress today besides changing the oil and doing an engine flush, but I need a lot of parts, really, and more time. I can't get the oil pan off without taking the exhaust off, and the exhaust, taking that off, that's hot. I shouldn't touch that because I have gloves on. Taking the exhaust off involves taking these rusty bolts off, or taking a bunch of rusty bolts on the bottom off, which is going to be very annoying. I'm going to have to figure out a way to cut the bolts off on the bottom and replace them with new ones, and then move the exhaust out of the way to get at the oil pan. But for now, I know where the leak is coming from. It's coming from the back of the oil pan, and I do believe it's rusted through, or it needs a new gasket for sure. But from what I could see on the bottom, it looked to be rusted through almost. And I know you're not going to be able to see anything under here now. Let me get the light back on. Yeah. Not going to be able to see much, but the back of the oil pan is where the majority of the leak is coming from. And if I can get my camera back in there, you may be able to see exactly where it's coming from. I won't be able to see much, but I can look at this footage after. But yeah, there's a little dribble right there. That's the start of it, coming from all the way back here. So stretched. Gonna have to figure that out. But for now, I'm gonna put the new oil in it, and we're gonna start her up and get her off these ramps. Yo, we're back inside because it got dark out. You know, the time of year doesn't really work well for working on cars. But yeah, so basically got a little bit of progress done. Got the oil changed and got it flushed, and the black stuff that came out after that oil flush, whew, that engine was dirty. So yeah, got that done, and it seems to be running a bit smoother now, and that's good. So yeah, nothing really to do now until the parts come in. So I'm gonna hop on the old computer. I got them up here. If you look at my YouTube homepage, hello, and then yeah, here's what we're gonna need. I'm gonna just buy the oil pan, I think, because I can get it for $100. Pan gasket. valve cover gasket, rear shocks, front shocks. These I might save for later. Actually, I am going to put those save for later because I don't really need them yet. But I think for right now, and I checked the air filter too, which I don't need. I think what I'm going to pick up is the bleeder screws. I got to get front bleeder screws as well. And parking brake hardware, which I'm also going to save for later. Don't need the parking brake until it goes to pass inspection. So for now, I think I'm going to order the oil stuff, the oil pan gasket, and the rear shocks, because I could do that. Save the brake pads for later as well. But yeah, all parts for this are super cheap. So front bleeder screw, because I know I'm going to need one of those. One of them is leaking. Now, it should probably... I gotta do some parts shopping, and then, yeah, we're gonna do some actual work on this in probably a long time, to be honest. This is just an introduction episode, getting you, showing you the car, getting you used to what it looks like, and, the issues that it has and what I have to fix. But, yeah, coming up, I'm gonna have to get it out on some jack stands and fix the rear shocks and CV axle and all that. But yeah, today I changed the oil, flushed it, put some motor honey in it, the good old STP stop leak, and it seems to be running smoother now. So I have revived the engine a little bit, but she's still leaking oil. We'll see how long it goes, like with the stop leak in it, how much of a difference that makes. But yeah. Next thing is get it all stopped leaking, and then put some oil in it to actually get it running. But other than that, yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and hope you guys enjoyed seeing the introduction and the first part of my RAV4 series. There's a lot more to come, as it obviously needs a lot of work, but yeah, catch you guys.